touchscreen?
Yeah. Like to give all praise to Yahawashi, Yahawashi. Double honor to the elders of GMS. Salute all you brothers on the highways and byways putting in work. And we're gonna do a sit down on being humble. And we're reading out the King James Bible. And I always like to show that picture of King James because people got a misunderstanding that King James is a black man. Okay, a so-called black man. Alright? There go the picture of him. So you see, reading out the King James Bible, and this is a book on him. Alright?
This is John 7:38. He that believeth on me, as the scripture has said, out of his bellies shall flow rivers of living water.
What's the living water? That's pertaining to the scriptures. Having knowledge and wisdom and understanding of the scriptures. Okay. Alright? So that's what that's talking about.
Yeah. And they hit that word belly. Belly is your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody got anything else? Alright, give me
Psalm 69 and 22 or 23?
32.
32?
Right.
Alright. This is Psalm 69 and 32.
Right.
And it reads, "The humble shall see this and be glad, and your heart shall live that seek the Lord," or seek the Most High.
That's it.
For the Lord hear the poor and despises not his prisoners.
That's right. Because the nation of Israel is a prisoner to Yahawashi and Yahawashi. And then the humble brothers that see this through the spirit of Yahawashi and Yahawashi, they're going to be glad that we're doing an edification for the brothers who coming in this truth. This is for you younger brothers that's coming in this truth because we almost at the end of this thing. Alright, so you always got to stay humble, man. You always got to stay humble. Alright. Give me Peter's 1 Peter's 4 and 7.
First Peter 4 and 7.
Right.
But the end of all things is at hand.
Right.
Be ye therefore sober and watch until prayer.
Okay. Alright, can you look up that word sober for me? Anybody got a concordance? Now it says this First Peter's chapter 4 verse 7. It says, but the end of all things is at hand. What's the end of all things? The Edomites, so-called white man rulership, and these other nations falling as the so-called white man rulership fall. Okay? You got them passing you got them passing the National Defense Authorization Act. You got them passing, you had them pass the executive orders, Patriot Act 1 and 2. You got them passing all type of legislation. So that's why I said the end. That's why it's saying that's why I said but the end of all things is at hand. Meaning this so-called white man is bringing everything to a head so he can bring in his new world order to try to destroy the nations of Israel, meaning the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay? So it's the end of all things, meaning his rulership is getting ready to fall. So you have to watch and stay humble. Always be mindful of the brothers around you too, and watch and stay humble. Alright?
This is sober, 4993 in Greek, sophony. To be of sound mind, sane, moderate, to be right-minded, to be sober-minded, And it is coming from a 4998, which is so fun, from the base, meaning safe in mind, self-control, moderate as to opinion or passion, discreet, sober, and temperate.
So you hear that? So you hear that? And we're going to read this again. It says, 1 Peter 4:4-7. But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch and pray. So you brothers, pay attention to what's going on around you, man. Pay attention, man. All right, give me
James 4:10.
Yeah, give me James chapter 4, verse 6.
Verse 6.
Right.
Okay. But he giveth more grace, therefore he saith, God resenteth the proud, but giveth grace.
Resistant. Hold on, let us get over there. Hold on, let us get over there. Salakia.
Salat.
Alright, where you at? James
4 and 6.
Alright.
But he giveth more grace.
Alright, look up that word grace for me.
Therefore he saith, God resisteth the proud, but giveth grace unto the humble.
Alright, he resists the proud. That's the things he hate. He hate. That's one of the things he hate, is a proud person. Okay? That's one of the things he hate, is a proud person. Alright? That's pursuing, I think it's Psalms 30. Psalms 30 in like the 15th verse. Alright? Read that again, up.
But he giveth more grace, therefore he said, go resistant the proud, but giveth grace unto the humble. Submit yourself therefore to God, resist the devil.
Resist
the devil, Salaki. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you.
That's right. That's what you're supposed to do, man. And that word there, while he looking it up, it's a Greek word, grace, meaning charis, which means it's a divine influence of the mind, meaning to think on the Most High and keep His statute, laws, and commandments. Okay, because that's what it's all about: praising the Most High and His Son, and keeping His statute, laws, and commandments the best of your ability, and staying humble at the same time. Okay.
This is Strong's Concordance on the word grace, 5485. It says through favor, or i.e. on account of, be for cause of, for sake of, reproachfully. It comes from the Greek word charos.
Yeah, charos. I pronounce it wrong. It's charos.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
A divine influence upon the mind.
A divine influence on the mind to think upon the Most High. Okay. Hey, jump to verse 10 and look up that word humble there in verse 10.
Yeah, even like like that word, like proud look. When you go to Proverbs 16 and 6 and 16, the Lord will tell you He hate a proud look. You see, being proud.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you want that word humble.
Yeah, in verse 10.
James 4 and 10.
Humble. What you got?
Okay.
What you got, Doc? What you got?
I just had it. Man, I just had it come from the Hebrew word Shana. Back to saying, Shana was a Hebrew word. Yeah, humble. In James 4 and 10.
Yeah.
Back to 13. This is humble. The Greek word in that scripture, so 50:13, tapino, to express, to depress, figuratively to humiliate, in a condition of heart, abase, being low, humble self.
Made low.
Yep, made low.
Also, it comes from the 50:11, meaning the same circumstance of disposition, base, cast down, humble, of low degree, estate, lowly.
Alright, now read what you got in verse 10.
Humble yourself in the sight of the Lord, and he shall lift you up. Speak.
That's it on that.
Okay.
Read that verse 10 again.
Humble yourself in the sight of the Lord, and he shall lift you up.
He shall lift you up. And what the definition of the word humble again?
It says,
Alright, give me Proverbs 6 and 16.
to humiliate in the condition of the mind, abase, being low, humble thyself.
Yep. So, being base and being low, humbling yourself, the Most High will lift you up. And he hate that proud look. I think I said it was in Psalms 30 and 16, but it's in it's in Proverbs 6 and 16. Salaki on that. Read that, what you got.
This is Proverbs 6 and 16. And it says, these 6 things doth the Lord hate. Yea, 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look.
Oh, what?
A proud look. A lying tongue. And hands that shed innocent blood.
That's all I wanted on that. Alright? A proud look. You heard what the brother just read. You see? So that's beautiful. Edification. Alright, what have we here?
Like you was just saying, that word being low. Even the Lord said he gonna bring what the low ones. He gonna bring up the low ones for us to confound the high ones. Is the scripture?
Yeah, him that make low to confound the high.
Yeah.
Take the lowly things to confound that is high.
Yeah. Alright, somebody give me James 1 and James 1 and 5.
Book of James 1, verse 5. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of Most High.
If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask the Most High, which is Yahawashi and Yahawashi. Alright?
That giveth to all men literal,
Meaning honesty. Okay?
and upbraideth not.
Upbraided not, meaning not put you to shame. That's what that upbraided means. Shame you not. In other words. Alright?
And shall be given him. Read it again. James 1, verse 5. James chapter 1, verse 5.
Right.
If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask the Most High, Yahawashi, that giveth to all men liberal and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering.
Let him ask in faith. You see that?
For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed.
Yup, unstable, man. You unstable. So you have to ask with faith, man. You see? And if you at a low state, what you do? You always being faithful if you always at a low state. Because a rich man is not thinking about being faithful. You see? He's not thinking about the Most High. When you at a low state, that's when you start believing in Yahawashi and Yahawashi, and he chastising you left and right and bring you down to a low state. You believe more and more and more and more, and your faith start increasing, and your wisdom start increasing.
You be having
Change.
You
That's
start
that change.
Yeah,
That's the
change.
change, you see?
You start praying and everything.
A quick precept for you, Rock, on that proud look. This is Psalms 101 and 5. It says, whosoever privately slandereth his neighbor, him will I cut off.
That's
him
right.
that hath a high look and a proud heart will not I suffer.
And who is that? And who is that? And who is your neighbor? A fellow Israelite. Look up the word neighbor for me in the Zandiv and Compact Bible Dictionary. That's the Zandiv and Compact Bible Dictionary, and we finna look up the word neighbor in there. And to the brothers that's in the truth, if you slandering the brothers in the truth, the Most High got his eye on you. You see?
Batak.
Hey, Pachak, all them niggas, Zabak, General Gehenna, all them, Nathan 7, all of them, man. The Most High gonna kill them dudes, man. the Most High is gonna kill them dudes, man. Cause they ain't right, man. And he done harden their heart, so they ain't gonna get right. They ain't in a humble state. That's why through the spirit of Yahawashi, like it says in Psalm 69 and 32, the humble shall be glad when they see this. You see? Alright. Where we at? We gotta look up the word, the definition of the word neighbor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on there now.
Alright, let's take it to him. We here.
In the bar. I don't think it's got neighbor in this one. They don't got neighbor in this one.
Yep. Let me see.
That's what I'm looking over.
Yeah. Got to have neighbor in there. Oh, Lord, seen it. Oh, man. There it is. Right there. They got it out.
Oh, okay. That's misspelled.
Alright.
That's misspelled it. This is Zondervan's Compact Dictionary. The definition of a neighbor.
What page is on?
It's on page 395. It's on page 395.
Show them the dictionary. Show them the cover. That's a Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. And it's on what page?
395.
Alright.
And it reads for neighbor. Commandments 6 through 10.
Highlight it.
Deal with duties towards one's neighbor. In OT, neighbor.
In the Old Testament, because the Old Testament was written before the New Testament, and the Lord didn't change nothing. Everything he quoted was out the Old Testament. Okay? Alright.
It says neighbor meant one who lives nearby or fellow Israelite.
What?
One who lives nearby a fellow Israelite.
Does it give any scriptures?
Exodus 20 and 16, 17.
That's beautiful. Anything in Leviticus?
It's got Exodus. No, and it says in New Testament, a neighbor refers to anyone in whom Christ died.
Oh, Acts 5 and 30, an Israelite. Okay? That's who he came for, Israelite. Acts 5 and 30, Luke 1, and I think it's like Luke 1 and 60.
You got Leviticus 19:18.
Yeah, Leviticus 19 and 18.
Yeah.
So, so we just wanted to edify who that neighbor was, but not to get off the topic because this is all about being humble. Okay? What was we at in James 3?
James 3,
Yeah,
14. But if ye have bitter envy and strife in your hearts,
Okay.
glory not and lie not against the truth.
If you have envy and strife, meaning hatred, okay? If you provoke with hatred in your mind, okay? Because that word envy go back to jealousy. And when you look it up in the Latin, it means hatred, okay? So if you got that in your mind, let's see what it says.
This wisdom descended not from above, but is earthly.
If you got that in your mind amongst the brotherhood, that's not from above. That's earthly. You being carnal. Okay, keep going.
Sensual, devilishness.
Look up that word sensual for me.
Sensual.
Let me look up. Let me see what it's there.
Sensual.
Let's find out what that word there means. Somebody give me James 4 verse 5.
James 4 and 5. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Do ye think?
Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got you.
Is that James?
Yeah. James.
4 and 5.
Okay.
Yeah. Ark, you can give me Acts 19.
Sensuous. 55.
This is James.
91.
Hold on.
Okay.
Comes from
You
the
gonna
word
get James? and you get Acts 19
Okay.
in verse 11. Hold it.
Puskikos. Puskikos, which is lower than a bestial nature essential.
So you lower than the bestial nature if you got that attitude, hatred, or provoke, or got strife, meaning provoke with hatred. Okay, read that again in James
James
chapter 4. James.
and 15. The wisdom descended not from above, but the earthly, sensual, devilishness. For where envying and strife is, there is confusion in every evil work. But the wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, and easy to be entreated.
Now start back up at we missed off. Salakia. We start back up at
14.
At 14.
James 3 and 14. But if ye have bitter envying and strife in your hearts, glory not, and lie not against the truth.
Right.
This wisdom descended not from above, but is earthly and sensual.
Meaning that word sensual means just low as a beast. Okay, he just looked it up. Low as a beast. And it's devilish. Okay? Alright.
For where envying and strife is, there is confusion in every evil work.
Yeah, it'll be confusion around you. You see? People won't know what's what. You see? So if that's going on around you and it's going on with the brother that's coming to the faith, hey, you need to watch it, man. Because this for you young brothers who coming in. You need to watch it, man. You know? Because them demons will jump on you. Alright? Give me James. Prove the point. We finna go to James 4 and 5.
Do you think that the
Read where you at. Call and read it.
James 4 and 5.
Right.
Do ye think that the scriptures saith in vain?
Do you think the scriptures are for nothing? You see? Worthless? For nothing? Alright.
The spirit that dwelleth in us lusteth to envy.
Lust is to envy. So you saying it can't happen to you, you going off. Because you're not going according to the scriptures.
You in the flesh.
We still in the flesh. We not out of this kingdom. It's all type of temptations around you, man. To make you go off and have them wicked thoughts in your mind. You see? So that's why the scriptures say in Romans 15 and 4, this is for our learning, man. For you younger brothers that's coming in this truth. This is for our learning, man. That's why brothers do these classes and do these breakdowns so you can see it. According to the scriptures. Not according to our opinion or what we think. No, according to the Heavenly Father word. Through the Spirit of Yahawashi. If you coming out these scriptures through the Spirit of Yahawashi and you breaking these scriptures down right, you can't go wrong, man. If the Lord dealing with you, you can't go wrong. Stay humble, man. Stay humble. Why? It's because we not out of here yet and we at the end. Okay? They setting up missile defenses over there in England. You know they got Iran surrounded. Things of that nature, man. So you have to watch, man. So the next terrorist attack, they subject to do close all the banks. Hyperinflation. Well, hyperinflation. Next terrorist attack, they subject to have a hyperinflation. Whatever this Edomite gonna do. They subject to have a hyperinflation, close all the banks, people gonna riot, martial law, and that's when the people gonna volunteer to go in them concentration camp, and they gonna be like madmen. These Edomites gonna be like madmen, trying to get who? The Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, and they elect out of them too. They coming for us. We don't know who gonna be beheaded. We don't know. So they coming. So stay humble, man. Stay humble and don't let Satan overtake you, man, or overcome you. Because we not out of here, man. You get bold and you wanna boast and throw yourself around like you got some authority, and you trying to exalt yourself, the Most High spit you out quick. Quick. All right. Read that again. James 4 and 5.
James 4.
Yeah.
Do ye think that the scriptures saith in vain? The spirit that dwelleth in us lusteth to evil.
Alright. Now jump to now we're finna jump to Paul and give you demonstrations of Paul in Acts. Give me Acts 19 and verse 11 and start from there.
This is Acts 19 verse 11. And it
Okay.
says, and the Most High wrought special miracles by the hands of Paul.
What? The Most High did special miracles by the power of Paul, by the hands of Paul. Okay? Give me somebody give me 2 Corinthians 12 and 5. But hold what you got, because I ain't finished with that.
2 Corinthians.
Hold on. Just hold it. Alright.
And it says, and the Most High wrought special miracles by the hands of Paul,
Right.
so that from his body were brought unto the sick handkerchiefs or aprons, and these diseases departed from them, and the evil spirit went out of them.
Okay, so Paul was casting out wicked spirits. So they let you know the people have wicked spirits in them. Just like it tell you in Ecclesiastes, the 1st chapter, there's nothing new up under the sun. Okay? There's nothing new. So people got wicked spirits in them. Yes, the scripture we just read it. Read it again.
It says, so that from his body were brought out unto the sick handkerchiefs or aprons, and the diseases departed from them, and the evil spirits went out of them.
Keep going.
Then certain of the vagabond Jews,
Meaning it was Israelites, because you had Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Today, Judah is the so-called African Americans, Levi is the Haitians, and Benjamin is the West Indians. Okay, so you had them over there, and you had some of them trying to basically do what Paul was doing. But I'm gonna let the scripture speak.
and it says, this is verse 13, and it says, then certain of the vagabond Jews exorcists.
Yeah, so that's what Esau get that casting out devils from, because he know the scriptures. You see, that's where he get it from. Okay, all right.
It says, took upon them to call over them which had evil spirits.
To call over them which had evil spirits. Now watch what happened to them, because they basically trying to do it because of Paul was doing it, and they basically trying to get a name for themselves. But they weren't set up by Yahawashi. You see? All right, keep going.
The elect. And it says, the name of the Lord Yahawashi, saying, we adjure you by Yahawashi,
Hey, look up that word, adjure.
preach it. Let me read that one more time. And it says, call over them which had evil spirits in the name of the Lord Yahawashi, saying, we adjure you by Yahawashi, whom Paul preaches. Preach it.
Hold what you got, because we're gonna read that again, and we're gonna look up that word adjure.
ADJ.
Yeah, let me see. What verse you in out?
This is Acts 17 or 19 and 13.
Yeah. ADJURE.
Here too it says solemnly commanded. But it might have more meat in the Strong's though.
Adjure. 13. 37:26 comes from the Greek word horkizo, to put to an oath, to make swear by anal, to solemnly enjoin.
That's it on that?
Yeah.
So they tried to join themselves in the name of Yahawashi and they tried to basically come in the name of Yahawashi and the Most High didn't set them up. That's what they tried to do. But let me see here.
That's the spirit. We were reading that scripture earlier, about 2 hours ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, read that again. Read that. Start from the top and read. We're gonna read on through it.
Okay, and it says,
Call the verse.
this is Acts 19 and 13.
Right.
And it says, then certain of the vagabond Jews, exorcists, took upon them to call over them which had evil spirits, the name of the Lord Yahawashi, saying, we adjure, solemnly command you by Yahawashi whom Paul
So they
preaches.
call on the name of Yahawashi and they still couldn't do it. But we gonna let scripture speak.
And there were 7 sons of Siva, a Jew and chief of the priests, which did so. And he was a high-ranking person.
He was high ranking. Okay? So you people think you gonna call on the name of Yahawashi and you not set up to do this work? Most High got you. You're not part of the elect. Stay humble. That's the whole reason why we doing this video. And guess what? Satan was hindering me today, man, to bring this truth out, man. Through the spirit of Yahawashi, man, I was getting hindered left and right. Okay? Alright.
And the evil spirit answered and said, Yahawashi I know, and Paul I know, but who are ye?
Wait.
Whoa.
So that lets you know that the devils, them spirits, know who the elect is. They know. You see? Because Paul was set up by Yahawashi. He came to Yahawashi and when he was on his way to Damascus. And then they tell you in Galatians, the first, somebody give me Galatians, the first chapter, just to edify it, because
Galatians 1 and
hold on, Galatians 1 and 11.
Yeah, 11. Galatians 1 and 11.
This is just to edify how through the spirit of Yahawashi, Paul was increased. Alright?
Galatians 1 and 11. But I certify you, brethren, that the gospel which was preached unto me is not after man.
What? Keep going.
For I neither receive it of man, neither was I taught it, but by the revelation of Yahawashi, my Yah.
So he was increased through the spirit of Yahawashi. You see? So let's read that again. Start at verse 14 in Acts.
And it says, this is Acts 19 and 14, and there were 7 sons of one Siva, a Jew, a chief of the priests.
Yeah, if you look that word up, Siva, it means mind reader. Alright, I just wanted to throw that out there.
Which did so. And the evil spirit answered and said, Yahawashi I know, and Paul I know, but who are ye?
Ha! Who are you? Because they was trying to get a name that wasn't set up, and the Most High got them through the spirit of Yahawashi. You see that? Keep going.
This is verse 16. And the man in whom the evil spirit was leaped on them. Let me start again. And the man in whom the evil spirit was leaped on them and overcame them and prevailed against them.
They said the name of Yahawashi and its demons still overcame them. Keep going.
And it says, and prevailed against them, so that they fled out of the house naked and wounded.
Naked and wounded. So if you're going against the order to your young brothers, stay humble. If you're going against the order that the Most High, the men that the Most High set up, he gonna spit you out, man.
Naked.
He gonna spit you out.
Naked and taking that truth from them. That
You see? Alright.
It says, one more time, it says, so that they fled out of the house naked and wounded. And this was known to all the Jews and Greeks also dwelling at Ephesus.
It's so funny because guess what? Whenever somebody try to overthrow the brother or in a camp or anywhere, you know, that the Most High set up, back then it was known throughout Jerusalem. But then when they do it right now, because we're in the book of Acts again, when they do it right now, guess what happened? Brothers bring it on YouTube, and other brothers see it, and it be known that, man, he's something not to be the elect. He was calling the name Yahawashi, but Satan got him. Sift him out. You see?
And them Greeks right there are Israelites too.
Yeah, that's Helen.
Yeah, that's
Hellenistic.
1672 in the Strong's, which is.
Yeah, it mean the Israelite took on the language and the customs of them Edomites, them heathen nations.
So
because at that time there was a Greco-Roman Empire, meaning they took the custom from the Edomite Greek Empire and merged them with the Roman Empire, which are the Edomites. Okay, the white folks. So for lack of a better word, so you can understand, because everybody has a biblical nationality. Okay.
It says, as this was known, this is verse 17 again, and it says, and this was known to all the Jews and Greeks also dwelling at Ephesus, and fear fell on them all, and the name of the Lord Yahawashi was magnified.
Who was magnified? Yahawashi. I said Jerusalem, but that was in Ephesus. Okay, Salakia. But the thing about it is, whose name was magnified? Yahawashi. But guess what they tried to do? Exalt themselves. Mosai got him. He knew. Mosai know your thoughts, man. You can't. There's no way you can hide it, man. There's no way you can escape it. There's no way you can hide it. So that's why we're doing this video through the Spirit. Stay humble, man. Stay humble. Alright, to you, brother.
Remember where you learned this truth from too.
Yeah, the elders.
If you learn it, don't go trying to go against them just because you think you caught.
Yeah, being a novice.
Yeah, being a novice, being puffed up.
You see? Alright. That's it on that. Give me 2 Corinthians 12, chapter 12, verse 5.
2 Corinthians 12 and 5.
And somebody give me Luke chapter 4, verse 17.
Of such an one will I glory, yet of myself I will not glory.
Such a one will I glory. Who is that? Yahawashi. Yahawashi. Alright?
But in mine infirmities.
What's that body part? You see? That's what the infirmity is. This body part. Your body.
For though I would desire to glory, I shall not be a fool.
I shall not be a fool. Would you please look up that word fool for me?
It says, though he desired to.
You see? That's that lust. You see? That's that lust. You see? Pursuing what is it? James 4 and 5 we just read. Look up that word fool for me. What is that? Luke. What? 14. Yeah. Nah.
Okay. Fool. It's 876. Greek word aphros, meaning foamy, slaver. That's what it means. Aphros, slaver or foamy.
Yeah, trying to exalt yourself. That's what a fool do. Trying to exalt yourself. You got the root word. You got the another number going to the root.
No, that's it.
Make sure that's what that is.
That's it.
Alright. Continue.
This is 2 Corinthians 12 and 5. Of such of one will I glory, yet of myself I will not glory, but in mine infirmities. For though I would desire to glory, I shall not be a fool. For I will say the truth. But now I will forbear, lest any man should think of me above the which he seeth me to be.
So when Paul was giving these revelations, just like you got today, you have people that exalt certain people. You see? And then when that happened, you get the big head and you basically robbing Yahawashi, thinking, look, you got this on your own. I got this. So Paul telling you, look, I ain't gonna be no fool. I'm gonna exalt Yahawashi.
You knew that would get him caught up.
Yeah. Alright? Because we still in this flesh, it's gonna go into it.
But now I forbear, lest any man should think of me above which he seeth me to be, or that he heareth of me.
That he heareth of me. Alright?
And lest I should be exalted above measure through the abundance of revelations.
Through the abundance of revelations. Because Paul, man, just like the scriptures tell you, some of the things Paul was writing was hard to understand. And just like we was reading in Galatians chapter 1, tell you that Yahawashi was dealing with Paul.
Great miracles.
You see? Alright.
And lest I should be exalted above measures through the abundance of the revelations, there was given to me a thorn in the flesh.
A thorn in the flesh. What's that? Satan can overcome you in this flesh. You see? Satan can overcome you. We're not out this wicked ass society, brothers. We're not out of it. You still in this fleshly body, man. I'm going to keep repeating that. Romans 15:4. This is for our learning, man. Alright.
The messenger of Satan to buffer me.
Oh, the messenger. So you mean tell me Satan got messengers?
God.
To blow him up, to make him think that he can do that he can rob the Most High? Meaning sit in the Most High seat? And Yahawashi seat, like he done it all, and not give praise to the Most High and His Son. Hey, stay humble, man. Stay humble. All right.
Lest I should be exalted above measure. For this thing I besought the Lord thrice.
Woo! He was praying to the Most High. Look, don't let that take me like that. I don't want to get took like that. Don't let Satan, overcome me. Don't let that happen to me. Alright?
That it might depart from me.
That it might depart from me. Alright?
Keep going.
Hold on, let me see if that's it on that. It on that 5. Let me see. I think that's it on that. We got one in Luke. Let me see. 2 Corinthians. Oh, what you got? 2 Corinthians 12. Where you stop at?
Stop at verse 8.
Go to verse 9 and end it with that one.
This is 2 Corinthians 12 and 9. And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness.
So the Yahawashi strength is made perfect while you weak. Okay?
Most gladly, therefore, I rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of a Mashiach may rest upon me.
Bingo. That's what you want, man. You see? That's what you want. Always send them prayers up to Yahawashi to keep them demons off of you. That's all I want to know.
And that infirmities is weakness.
Yeah, the weakness. That's why the water. Give me Luke chapter 4, verse 17 through 22. And then somebody give me Mark chapter 1, verse 21.
This is Luke. You got that Luke?
I can get it, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Luke 4 and 17. And there was delivered unto him the book of prophecy Isis, and when he had opened the book, he found the place where it was written, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he hath anointed me."
Hold on, go back up, read that again.
Okay. Luke 4:17. And there was delivered unto him the book of prophecy, Isaiah. And when he had opened the book, he found the place where it was written.
So what the Lord was doing was showing him, look, what he was written in the Old Testament, showing the Isaiah 61:1.
Yeah.
So that's what he was doing. Keep reading.
The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He hath sent me to heal the broken hearted, to preach deliverance to the captivity, and recovering of the sight to the blind, to set liberty them that are burnished, abused.
That's the nation of Israel, man.
Talking about no poor Edomite. He ain't talking about no poor Edomite on the corners.
Hell nah. You see, that's the nation of Israel, the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. And out of them, the elect. You see? Alright.
To preach the accountable.
Where you at?
19 years of acceptable years of the Lord. And he closed the book, and he gave it again to the ministers, and sat down, and the eyes of all them that were in the synagogues were fastened on him.
Yup. They was looking at him like, man, what? You see? But they're just the power, man. They're just the power. The reason why I'm reading you these scriptures is because it's showing you the power of Yahawashi and Yahawashi. You see? So stay humble. Alright?
And he began to say unto them, "This day is this scripture fulfilled in your eyes?"
Oh, he went to the Old Testament and got that. Wait a minute, what are you doing that? You see?
It was only the New Testament.
New Testament wasn't even written yet. He was in the Old Testament. That's why he said he came in the volume of the book. Alright.
And all bare him witness, and wondered at the glorious word which proceeded out of his mouth.
What? At the glorious word which proceeded out of his mouth.
And they said, "Is not this Joseph's son?"
Oh, they said, "Is this not Joseph?" What? Man, we know him. That kills that virgin birth.
Yeah, we know him.
We know him. What are you talking about?
Okay.
Stay humble, brothers. Alright?
And he said unto them, "Ye shall surely say unto me this proverb physical, heal themselves. Physician, heal thyself. Whatsoever we have heard done in Capernaum, do also here in thy country."
Because he finna leave, because he was at home basically, and he was around them. That's why I tell you in verse 24, and he said, that's verse 24, and he said, "Verily I say unto you, no prophet is accepted in his own country." You see, because he was at home, so he was showing it to them, but they were like, "Yeah, right." You see, and he told them, look, he said, when I leave and go to Capernaum, you're gonna be wishing I was back here.
Yeah.
You see? But that's the reason why I read that is because Yahweh is giving Yahawashi the power, okay, to heal and to bring back the nation of Israel through the Spirit. Okay? Alright, let's give me let me see, give me Mark chapter 1, verse 21.
And I cut that family matters too in the truth. That family matters mentality of, really your family ain't gonna accept it. They're gonna be the ones to be like, well, we know you where you get this truth from.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they've been trained in this wicked society, man. Like I always been taught this. What you coming with? You see? Who you think you are? That's what happened.
Let me ask my pastor. I get back with you.
Let me go check with Deacon.
Okay.
I got a quick one before we precept.
Okay.
This was Zechariah 99. It says, "Rejoice greatly, O daughter of Zion. Shout, O daughter of Jerusalem. Behold, thy king cometh unto thee. He is just and having salvation.
That's Yahawashi.
Lowly,
Humble.
and riding up on an ass, and up on a coat, the foal of an ass."
See that?
Sure he did that too.
You see? And that's fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
Let me see what I got. What I say, Mark.
Mark 1:21.
20.
Right.
You got that?
But the reason why I read that is I'm just showing you. I showed you through the Spirit how Paul had power, how he was healing, and how he was praying to the Most High. That don't let Satan overtake him, overcome him. You see?
This is Mark 1:21. "And they went into Capernaum, and straightway on the Sabbath day he entered into the synagogue and taught.
Right.
And they were astonished at his doctrine."
They were astonished at his doctrine because he was teaching with power. You see? All right.
"For he taught them as one that had authority,
Woo!
and not as the scribes."
And not as the scribes. Straight power. He had authority, man. All right.
"And there was in the synagogue a man with an unclean spirit,
With the unclean spirit.
and he cried out, saying, Let us alone. What have we to do with thee, thy Jesus of Nazareth?"
So that unclean spirit knew Yahawashi.
Recognized them off the flip.
You see? So, brothers, when you out there on them highways and byways, them demons know, man. The person that's walking by you might not know, but them demons, them wicked spirits inside of them know, man. They know who to test and they know who not to test. You see? They know.
That's why when you on the highways and byways, if you just when you pull in guard or you just being aware, you'll see the same person walk by your camp 4 or 5 times.
Yep.
And don't have nothing to say, just looking and walking. Like you said, that's that demon. He recognizes.
And he trying to see if you got that fur on you.
Yeah.
Trying to see if you got fur on you. Because the Most High didn't give us give me what is it? Second Timothy 1 and 7. Somebody grab that.
Spirit of love, silence.
Yeah.
Spirit of fear.
2 Timothy 1 and 7.
Right.
This is 2 Timothy 1 verse 7. And it says, "For the Most High has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power." And that's another why he was speaking in such power and authority. And it says, "For the Most High has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind."
So that's what them demons do. They try to walk by you and see if you got that fear on you. Because the Most High ain't give you fear. Yahawashi didn't have it. Alright?
Mark 1 and 23. And there was in their synagogue a man with an unclean spirit, and he cried out, saying,
Give me John chapter 7 verse 16.
Let us alone. What have we to do with thee, Jesus of Nazareth? Art thou come to destroy us? I know thee, who thou art, the Holy One of the Most High. And Yahawashi rebuked him, saying, Hold thy peace, and come out of him. And when the unclean spirit was torn him, and cried with a loud voice, he came out of him.
Yep. So he was casting out them spirits.
And don't go out easy.
You see, and then And like I said, man, the reason why I'm going over these scriptures like this, because it's all about being humble, because Lord willing, we all get that power. You see? But until then, man, and even when you get them, stay humble, man. Because the Lord was humble when he had them powers, man. You see? Stay humble so you can kill whoever, you know, who the Most High say, look, they ain't got that mark on them, get them. You see?
You have to be humble, no matter what your cup is, because your cup could be to get your head sliced out. Mm-hmm. You have to stay humble.
We're going to get into that. We're going to get into that here in a second. Yeah. We're going to get into that.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll read on.
What verse you at?
We was at 26.
Yeah. Read to 28.
Mark 1:26. And when the unclean spirit was torn him and cried with a loud voice, he came out of him. Mm-hmm. And they were all amazed insomuch that they questioned among themselves, saying, what thing is this? Mm-hmm. What new doctrine is this?
What new doctrine is this? Because he was teaching with straight power, and he was doing miracles. You see? And then he showed them, you know, when he was at home, he said, look, when I go to Capernaum, y'all gonna be wishing I was back here. You see?
You're gonna hear what I'm
You gonna hear it. Alright, keep going.
For with authority commanded he even the unclean spirit, and they do obey him.
And they do obey him. So they tell you right there, the Most High and his Son, the spirits obey him. You see that? Alright.
And immediately his fame spread abroad throughout all the regions round about Galilee.
See that?
The prophecy came to pass.
See that? His fame started to grow. And they're just like when brothers see you on YouTube and you teaching with straight power, stay humble, man. Even though the scriptures say we're gonna get fame when we was put to shame, get to somebody to find that. I can't remember where it's at. I don't know where fame. Look at the strong recording. I can't remember where it's at. It slipped my mind. But if you can't find it, go to the Strongs and you know. Any brother got anything to say? Add on to that.
Yeah, I just got one quick precept for you out. This is Luke 14:11, and it says, whosoever exalteth himself shall be abased, and he that humbleth himself shall be exalted.
That's beautiful. Beautiful precept. There it is right there. Let's see. But if you can't find the fame, we'll bring it out when you find it. Somebody give me John 7 verse 16.
This is John 7 verse 16. And it says, Yahawashi answered them and said, my doctrine is not mine.
What? Read that again.
My doctrine is, let's start at top. Yahawashi answered them and said, my doctrine is not mine.
He said, my doctrine is not mine. So when people come up and say, well, Jesus, he did this and he did that.
Yeah, you got it.
You see, they error not knowing the scriptures, but we know his name, Yahawashi. They say Yahawashi did this, but you ignorantly call him Jesus. But they say Yahawashi did this, Yahawashi did this. What did Yahawashi say? Or what did Jesus say?
My doctrine is
call the scripture and read it.
This is John 7 and 16. And
right.
It says, Yahawashi answered them and said, my doctrine is not mine, but his that sent me.
What? Keep going to 18.
And it says, if any man will do his will, he shall know of the doctrine, whether it be of the Most High, or whether I speak of myself.
Oh, stay humble.
And didn't Paul say that?
He said the same exact thing.
Stay humble. Don't try to exalt yourself, man. It's all about Yahawashi going out there and teaching the elect, gathering his people out of the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, because those are the true Hebrew Israelites, the biblical Israelites. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Okay? All right.
And it said, if any man, this is back in John 7 and 17, if any man will do his will,
Mark, you found a thing?
he shall know of the doctrine, whether it be of the Most High, or whether I speak of myself. He that speaketh of himself seeketh his own glory.
Seeking his own glory.